Hey everyone, I'm Martin from PSPDFKit, and chances are that on every single phone in this room there's at least one app that's using our framework to view and edit PDF files. And today I want to show off an Elixir library that we open sourced last year for testing HTTP APIs. So let's write a Twitter client. I start out, create my new project. I depend on HTTP Poison and Poison for the HTTP client and the JSON encoding, decoding. And then I create my simple module. I add the module attribute with the endpoint for the Twitter API. And it's like a really weird API. I just create the JSON object where I base64 encode the password, put in the username and the message, and post it. I want to handle the case that everything is fine, return the OK atom, and because Twitter is often overloaded, I need to deal with being rate limited. So I want to return error rate limited there. Now, how do I test that? What do I do? If you come from the Ruby world, you would probably just mock the HTTP Poison module, replace it with something, and basically decide what to return. But Elixir runs tests concurrently. This will not end well if I'm replacing modules while other tests depend on them. So maybe we can do something else. And Elixir is also really good at internet services. Maybe we could just start another HTTP server where we actually mock the whole end-to-end request-response thing. And we wrote a library to do that. It's really small. It's Jose Valim approved. So let's integrate that. I add it to my dependencies only in the test environment. And because I want to switch out where my client is connecting to, I add the default endpoint to the default environment of my application that I'm going to ship. And then I'm changing this module. Instead of hard coding the URL, I'm making it a function that fetches it from the application configuration, and everything else stays the same. And here's the test code that I'm going to write. In the setup block, I use bypass.open, which makes bypass assign itself a random open port and listen on it. Then I configure my Twitter client to connect to that. In the tests, I use bypass.expect to use a function which will be called when something connects to this HTTP server. Then I just call my Twitter client, which will now connect to bypass, which will call this function, which in this example is really simple. It just is like, yep, 200, OK. And in the example further down, it's just like HTTP 429 rate limited. Can't do that. Really simple. And you can do more advanced things, like I actually want to check that the password is base64 encoded, because it's very important. So I just read the body, decode the JSON, and assert this. I can use like assert and assert received and all this in there. And it's on GitHub. Check it out. I hope it's useful. Thank you.